Avoid this type of
So
preachers.
there
They're
is so much
Satan's
that is so
servants.
happening,
Hash
and
seer.
that is happening quite very fast, especially in the area of faith and religion and belief in God and spirituality. And the first case that is going on where things are not looking good, where things are terrible and very ugly, it is in Kenya. There is a pastor who has been talked about. He's called Mackenzie. So he basically ran a death camp, and he has been in the ministry, as it is said, for close to 2 decades. Now, one of the things, a very disturbing article by the BBC that I've just read was an article that talked about how they engineered the death and the killing of children. And in their path to killing or destroying these young lives was that they forced them to fast, and they locked them up in huts, and they caused them to starve for close to 4 days at a time. And one of the things they did was that they put them, they were forced to starve under the sun. So very many kids were destroyed, very many lives were destroyed, and even the older people. And that was their plan. And it is what is so disturbing is that some of them were even buried while they were yet still a little bit alive, but very weak. So those who were dead were buried dead, wrapped up in blankets and then buried in the night. And those who were still alive but a bit weak, they were also buried alive. Now, so this is a very disturbing thing, a very disturbing thing, and it is a terrible thing. You see, what is happening is despite himself being called a pastor or injecting himself into what we call mainstream Christianity does not teach that. Christianity teaches that the thief only comes to do 3 things. Number one, and the thief that I'm talking about is Satan. He comes to kill. That is number one. Number two, he comes to steal. Number three, he comes to destroy. So whenever you see any one of these things, or the 3 of these things, that is not Christianity. You need to run very fast from such men of God. And I want to add on to another thing. There are certain men of God that you need to avoid. You need to avoid men of God who ask for money for you to be prayed for, or consultation fee. Run away from them. Those who say that bring 50 or whatever. They usually claim that you do not have to see a prophet empty-handed. It is a lie. It is an Old Testament tradition that has no bearing with what Jesus said, that freely you have received and therefore freely give. So then a pastor who asks you for seed so that God can bless you, a pastor who asks you to give money so that he can pray for you and then you receive a blessing, run away from these men of God. They are not right.